Welcome to today's financial news roundup. Let's dive into the latest updates on dividends, stock splits, and other significant announcements from various companies. Nestle India Limited is set to consider an interim dividend for FY 24-25 on the 8th of July, with a record date for the final dividend on the 16th of July. Polycab India Limited has announced a dividend payment of 30 rupees per share, with the record date set for the 9th of July. Persistent Systems Limited has set the record date for its final dividend of 10 rupees per share on the 9th of July. Century Textiles and Industries Limited will pay a final dividend of 5 rupees per share, with a record date on the 11th of July. Alembic Pharmaceuticals Limited has declared a dividend of 11 rupees per share, with a record date on the 15th of July. Data Patterns India Limited has announced a final dividend of 6.50 rupees per share, with a record date on the 23rd of July. Supreme Petrochem Limited corrected a typo regarding its final dividend, clarifying it as 2 rupees per share instead of 7 rupees. Transport Corporation of India Limited has set the record date for its final dividend on the 20th of July. Magellanic Cloud Limited has declared a final dividend of 0.15 rupees per share, with a record date on the 12th of July. Nuclear Software Exports Limited has recommended a final dividend of 12.50 rupees per share, with a record date on the 5th of July. Intelligent Supply Chain Infrastructure Trust has declared a distribution of 0.9127 rupees per unit, with a record date on the 26th of June. Capital Small Finance Bank Limited has announced a final dividend of 1.20 rupees per share, with a record date on the 16th of August. Solves India Limited has declared its first interim dividend of 8 rupees per share, with a record date on the 28th of June. SAT Industries Limited has set the record date for its final dividend of 0.15 rupees per share on the 12th of July. Kriti Industries India Limited has approved a final dividend of 0.20 rupees per share. The record date was the 11th of June. Kriti Nutrients Limited has approved a dividend of 0.30 rupees per share. The record date was the 11th of June. Superhouse Limited has set the record date for its final dividend on the 13th of September. BCPL Railway Infrastructure Limited has announced a book closure for a dividend of 0.70 rupees per share from the 20th of September to 26th. Digital Fiber Infrastructure Trust declared a distribution of 2.4546 rupees per unit, with a record date on the 26th of June. Ruti Infrastructure Limited has recommended a stock split from 10 rupees to 2 rupees and a bonus issue in the ratio of 1:2. The record date will be communicated in due course. Milkfeed Limited will consider the payment of an interim dividend, bonus issue, and stock split on the 25th of June. GPT Infra Projects Limited has set the record date for a bonus share issue in the ratio of 1:1 on the 3rd of July. Clara Industries Limited has announced a bonus share issue in the ratio of 4:1, with the record date on the 8th of July. Bajaj Consumer Care Limited has set the record date for a buyback at a price of 290 rupees per share through a tender offer route on the 2nd of July. Worth Investment and Trading Co. Limited has announced a stock split from 10 rupees to 1 rupees in the ratio of 1:10, with the record date on the 3rd of July. Artech Salonex Limited will consider a proposal to subdivide shares from 10 rupees to 5 rupees. The record date will be notified later. Real Eco Energy Limited will consider a proposal for the subdivision of equity shares of face value 10 rupees. Wardwizard Innovations and Mobility Limited has approved raising funds through a rights issue for an amount not exceeding 49 rupees crore. The record date will be notified later. Purple Finance Limited has approved a rights issue for 45 rupees crore. The record date will be determined and notified subsequently. Ashapuri Gold Ornament Limited will consider various terms on the rights issue on the 18th of July. Virtual Soft Systems Limited will consider the proposal of issuing securities through various options, including a rights issue, on the 25th of June. Raymond Limited has announced a composite scheme of arrangements involving Raymond Limited, Raymond Lifestyle Limited, and Ray Global Consumer Trading Limited. The record date will be intimated later. That's all for today's dividend updates and corporate announcements. Stay tuned for more financial news. Thanks for watching. Please thumbs up if you like, subscribe, press the bell icon and never miss an update. Share and comment your thoughts on the comment section. And stay tuned with Corporate Actions India.